Hello, my dear NEET warriors. Welcome to the top 20 questions of vectors session with me, your captain Shreyas, your physics master teacher on the Vedantu NEET English channel. And welcome aboard Krishna, Hema, Shikhar, Pavitra, Atluru. Good evening, good evening. I hope I'm audible and visible. So, after an amazing kickstart to our RNA series, which is our Roar NEET aspirant series, where we are already teaching all the chapters in detail with NCERT questions as well as the PYQs as well as the concept based questions. It's also time that we also do lots and lots of questions side by side so that you get quality content, quality theory, all the necessary things of NCERT level, PYQ level, as well as lots and lots of variety of questions. So you can see already top 30 questions from breathing exchange being scheduled, most important questions from atoms by Diksha ma'am. So all these sessions are scheduled for you. So make the complete usage of it. And already we are doing the theory classes like I've been doing motion in 1D and so much more, guys. So amazing classes in your RNA series. Absolutely for free on YouTube. Hello Manu, hello Divya, hello Jai, hello Pavitra, hello Krishna, hello Priyanka, hello Rockstar. Good evening, Nana. Good evening. And everybody's super duper excited for this session. And let's get started and show your excitement in the likes. Quickly smash the like button and also subscribe to the Vedantu NEET English channel, your number one English channel in the country. Yep. So we'll be doing laws of motion, everything in the days to come. So guys, let's warm you guys up. Let's warm you guys up. It's a little bit cold outside, so I'm wearing this jacket plus the AC. So let's warm ourselves up with this straightforward question coming up on your screen, and then the questions get to the point. Guys, which of the following is a scalar quantity, energy, work, power, all of the above? Come on, quickly smash the correct answer in the chat box. What do you think it is? Is it A, is it B, is it C, is it D? And if you have not yet liked the video, quickly like the video right now. Yep, which of the following is a scalar? Energy is a scalar, work is a scalar, power is also a scalar. So I think it should be all of the above. D for your doctor, D for Diksha ma'am, D for AIIMS Delhi. Yes, perfect. Awesomeness, awesomeness, awesomeness. Kudos. Let's move on to the next question on your screen. Which of the following is a unit vector? Which of the following is a unit vector? That means the magnitude should be 1. Now, if you find the magnitude of I cap plus j cap, it will be root of 1 square plus 1 square, which is root 2. If you see the magnitude of this, basically magnitude of cos theta I cap minus sin theta j cap, it will be coefficient of I cap is cos, so cos square theta, plus coefficient of j cap is sin theta, so sin square theta. Cos square plus sin square is basically 1, so it is 1. Oh, perfect. So the answer is B. This 100% is not going to be unit vector. This is also not going to be unit vector. You can try it out, but I'm telling you, it will not be. You can try it out. So answer A is wrong. Many of you are saying A. So guys, negative -1. So let's keep a tap of your scores. So if the first question you got it right, +4. Next question you got it wrong, -1. So let's see who gets the highest. Be true to yourself. Obviously, you can write anything, sir, I got 100 marks. But I want you guys to be honest with yourself, because at the end of the day, you have to be truthful. Only then you can judge yourself completely. So guys, option B is correct. And then let's go to the next question now. Here it comes. If the magnitude of the sum of the two vectors is equal to the difference of the magnitudes, then the angle between the vectors is. Very interesting. Play of words here. Read it carefully. Read it carefully. So see what it says. The magnitude of the sum of two vectors. That means A bar plus B bar is the sum of two vectors. The magnitude of it, okay, this is equal to the difference of their magnitudes, is equal to the difference of the magnitudes. This is what it says. Then what is the angle between the two vectors? Lot of people interpret this as A bar minus B bar's magnitude. No, they are not saying the difference of the vectors and the magnitude of it. No, they are saying you take the difference of each of their magnitudes. So a lot of you are saying 90 degree. Guys, I know why you are saying 90 degree, because we have solved such a question in the class Yeah, where it said a bar plus b bar is equal to a bar minus b bar modulus, and the answer for this question was 90 degree. But this question is way different from this question. This question is completely different from this question. That is why I'm conducting this class. Such questions come in NEET 25, 26. You will definitely get negative marks. So be careful. The answer is not 90 degree. See, the difference of the magnitudes is the resultant's magnitude. Meaning, if the vectors were like this, then what will happen to the resultant? What will happen to the resultant? Say, for example, this was 7 units, this was 2 units. The resultant will be 9 units. No. 7 and 2's resultant is 9. It is not the subtraction of 7 minus 2. What about this? A vector 7 magnitude is here and the another vector is over here. So how will the resultant look like? How will the resultant look like? It will look like this. It will be 5, and 5 is basically 7 minus 2. So the resultant, this is the resultant whose magnitude is 5, is the difference of these two, 7 minus 2. So this will only happen when 7 and 2 vectors are opposite to each other. Basically, the vectors are opposing each other. One vector is here, another vector is here. So what is the angle between them? 180 degrees. 180 degrees. So answer is D. Many of you got it wrong. Oops, happens. So that is the reason why you should be attending these problem solving classes. Did you love these questions? Are you loving these questions? Yep, because these are the misconceptions. These are the things which you do in a hurry. You feel you have solved this question, but there is a play of words. There is a modification in the words. That's what makes the problem different. And if you are loving these questions, quickly smash the like button now. Okay, moving to the next one. Two vectors A and B are inclined at some angle, have a resultant R. Okay. Then it R makes an angle phi with A. Okay. If the direction of A and B are interchanged, then what do you think will the resultant have? Will it have the same magnitude? Will it have the same direction? Will it have both magnitude and direction same, or do you think none of them will be same? Let's understand this question. Imagine this is a vector and this is another vector. If you use parallelogram law or whatever, triangle law, okay, you can use whatever you want, and you will see that this would be the resultant, and the resultant makes some angle with A. So let's say this was A and this was B, and this is our resultant, and this is that angle which we are talking about. This is that angle which we are talking about. Now, if you interchange the directions, that means A is in the direction of B, B is in the direction of A. So that means A will be long, A is longer like this. So this is what A is, and B would be basically like this. B would be basically like this. So in such a case, again, if you complete a parallelogram somewhat like this, and you now show the resultant, let's say I will use a different color. You now show the resultant. Now it will be making this angle phi with A, but obviously the direction is different. The pink vector is not the same as the green vector. This is way different in direction, but lengthwise this vector is definitely same as this vector. The same parallelogram, same side, same diagonal. Yep. So the direction is different. Direction is different. Magnitude is same. Hence, answer A should be correct. Option A. Perfect. Now this you got it correct. A huge sigh of relief. A for Atluru, A for Krishna. Hey, sorry, A for Ames Krishna. Yes, perfect. Awesome. You guys got it. Yeah. So now you're like, oh, thank God, sir, we got this question right. I was hoping to be right. Yeah, after the last two questions which went wrong. Okay, no issues. Good, guys, good. You have made a comeback now. You have made a comeback. Moving on to the next question on your screen. Two forces of magnitude F have a resultant of the same magnitude. Interesting. AIPMT 1990 question. The angle between the two forces. 45, 120, 150, 60. Draw it. Hint is draw a triangle. That will make it very, very simple. Use triangle law of vector addition, or you can use even parallelogram law. But in the same thing, you will get the same answer. Two forces of same magnitude have a resultant also of the same magnitude. This is only possible if the triangle which you draw by vector, by triangle of vector addition is an equilateral triangle, because only then all the three sides are equal. So the vectors are also same magnitude, the resultant is also same magnitude. So imagine there is a vector like this, another vector like this. This is having a magnitude f, this is also having a magnitude f, and the resultant, which will start from here and end over here, also has a magnitude of f. Okay, interesting. So the angle between the two forces, basically this angle they have asked, but I can't measure the angle directly. A lot of you are going to say, sir, this is the correct angle, 60 degree. But guys, this is not correct, because their tails and heads are coinciding. So whenever you want to measure the angle, slide the vector so that their tails coincide with each other, So remember, this was 60 degree. So the actual correct angle which you should measure is this angle, which is 120 degree. So hence the correct answer should be option B, which is 120. How many of you said 60? I was waiting for it. Very few people said 120. If you wrote 60, -1. Please be honest to yourself in case you are counting your marks or grading yourself. Yeah, -1 if you wrote 60, +4 if you wrote 120, +4 if you wrote 120. So these are silly mistakes, and that is what I'm trying to make you do. I'm trying to make sure you do a lot of things which are wrong. In fact, in in the community also we posted a very nice quotation. I don't know how many of you saw and keep reading our community. A lot of motivational stuff uh, does keep coming, okay, on our community as well. Yes, I think it was there. Maybe, yeah, this was the motivational post. Mistakes are a proof that you are trying, and guys, be very, very proud that you are making a lot of mistakes. It shows that you are actually trying, and if you are trying, it shows that you are improving. You are moving, lots of steps ahead from those people who are not making those mistakes and who are not even trying. Okay, so I'm so glad you guys are trying. Moving on to the next question coming up on your screen. I cap plus j cap plus k cap and b is equal to minus I cap minus j cap minus k cap. Then what is the angle made by a minus b with a? Interesting. So let's think about this. What is a vector minus b vector? It will be I plus j plus k minus I minus j minus k. Okay, so minus minus becomes plus, so it will become 2i cap plus 2j cap plus 2k cap. Interesting thing to note, it is 2 times of I cap plus j cap plus k cap, which itself is nothing but a bar. So basically a vector minus b vector is 2 times of a vector, which means if I show a vector like this, then our a minus b vector is in the same direction but of double the length. That means they are parallel to each other. If they are parallel to each other, guys, think about it. What are the two vectors parallel to each other? That means they are making an angle of 0 degree. Yes, option A for AIMS. How many of you wrote A option? Yes, Rakshana, you have to correct your mistakes. Obviously, you can't say, sir, I kept on making mistakes. Sir, I was trying in the NEET 2025 examination hall also. No, that is where you are not supposed to repeat mistakes. You can do mistakes till the last day. It's okay. You can do mistakes even till the nth minute, last minute also. But on the exam day, in the exam hall, you're not supposed to make any mistakes. That is the main goal, guys. Okay. All right. There are many students who do, many mistakes even in the last mock test, and then they feel, oh my God, I made so many mistakes. What will I do in the exam? But somehow they realize, okay, yes, I did this, then I should not do this now. Oh, I remember I did this mistake, then I will not do this in the exam, and they do really well. Okay, we have a next question. C is a plus b, and C makes an angle alpha with a and beta with b. Which of the following options is correct? Okay, alpha and beta are the angles made with the vectors. So I think it's better if I look at the resultant is making some angle. So maybe I will look at parallelogram law. It will look easier. So this is a vector, and let's say this is b vector. This is b vector. If I show a beautiful parallelogram, it will look like this. and this is our resultant, which is C. And this angle is alpha, and this angle is basically beta. Now just think about it. If A vector becomes long, or let's say B vector becomes long, what will happen? Let's say, for example, we make the A vector longer. Let's keep the B vector as it is. Now, what happens because of that is the resultant vector which is there, it will bend more towards A. It will bend more towards A, which means alpha is less. Alpha is less. When is it less? When A is more. When A is more, basically the magnitude of this vector is more, then the resultant falls towards that vector, so that angle is less. So when A is more, alpha is less, and when B is more, you can think about it again like this. If B would be more, A being the same, A being the same, okay, again if you draw a nice parallelogram, you will see that the vector goes this way. That means beta is less. Beta is less. When is beta less? When B is more. When that magnitude of that B vector is more. So I think there is only one option, which is option number 3 over here. Option number C or 3. Exactly. C for Captain Shreyas. Very good, Krishna Atluru, Naina. Very good, 𝐿𝐿𝐻𝐿. Very good, Rakshana. Awesome, Banod Pro, 𝐂𝐡𝐞𝐤 𝐎𝐥𝐴. Excelente, 𝐿𝐿𝐻𝐿. Yes, it is C for Captain Shreyas. Perfect. Moving on to the next question on your screen. A vector is perpendicular to another vector. What is this value of A, which is the coefficient of the Z component of vector P? Oh, these two vectors have to be perpendicular to each other. Is there some condition that you remember for checking whether two vectors are perpendicular or not? And I think there is a condition. Maybe you might remember it from the dot product. Exactly. P vector dot Q vector, if it is 0, then it implies P vector is perpendicular to Q vector. So take the dot product of them, which is 3i minus 2j plus ak, and dot with 2i plus j minus k is equal to 0. Remember, when you take dot product, I goes with I, j with j, k with k. So 3i into 2i, 3 2s are 6, minus 2 into plus j is minus 2, a into minus k is basically minus a, is equal to 0. 6 minus 2 is 4, so 4 minus a is equal to 0. So a is basically 4. So option C, oh my god, Captain Shreyas again. Yep, dot product is 0. So option C, some of you said option A. I think you made a calculation mistake. I don't know where you made that mistake, but no, it is not D, nor B, nor A. It is C. Yep, yep. Awesome, awesome. Moving on to the next question coming up on your screen. Yes, I might be tired, but I am always full of energy for you guys. See, the only reason I come over here is for you people. And when you show your attendance, when you show your love, when you show your sincerity, that's when we, even if we are tired, even if we are sick, we will come for you as much as possible. As long as, our body it does not give up, we will make sure that we stand here for you. So guys, that is the reason why we keep asking. See, this is a channel which we built for all the English speaking audience. So many students from South India, Northeast India, many metro cities, even students outside India, they prefer learning in English. And nowadays, even people who preferred from learning in Hindi and other languages, now they're coming here because of the content, the quality that we are giving over here. And that is what we stand for. Moving on to the next one. The resultant of two unit vectors is also a unit vector. Then find the magnitude of their difference. Interesting. Interesting question. The resultant of two vectors, unit vectors, is also a unit vector. How is that possible? It can't be I and j, because I and j are perpendicular. So it must be in some other direction. So the two vectors have the same magnitude of 1. Resultant also has the same magnitude. So all the three vectors have a magnitude 1. So if I draw a triangle, the sides of the triangle will be equal. That means the triangle should be an equilateral triangle. Oh, so I have a vector like this, a hat. I have another vector like this, b hat. And the resultant of them is another unit vector, let's say c hat. So basically what is given is c hat is a unit vector A hat is also unit vector, B hat is also unit vector, and you add these two to get another unit vector. And this can only happen when this is an equilateral triangle. That means the angle which is there over here, this should be basically 60 degree. It is an equilateral triangle. Now find the magnitude of their difference. Then find the magnitude of the difference of these two vectors. So what I'll do, I'll take that A hat vector as it is, but this time I will make sure that the B hat vector is over here. I'll make sure that the B hat vector is over here. So this will become minus B hat. So this will basically become minus B hat. So one way of doing this is, using geometry. I think it will be little lengthy. Instead, I'll do this. What is the actual angle between A and B? What is the actual angle between A and B? It is actually 120 degrees. It is actually 120 degrees. Everybody agrees with this. The actual angle between A hat and B hat is 120. Why? Why not the inside angle? Because the head is coinciding with the tail. So you will shift the vector A, and then you will see when the tails are together, the actual angle is 120. So when I have to find, my dear students, when I have to find A hat minus B hat, remember the formula? It is nothing but A square plus B square minus 2AB cos theta, minus 2AB cos theta. What is the magnitude of vector A? It is 1. What is the magnitude of vector B? It is also 1. A is 1, B is also 1. Cos angle is 120. Cos angle is 120. So this will become 1 plus 1 minus, minus will keep it as it is. Cos 120 is negative half. So minus will become plus. So it will become 1 plus 1 plus 1, which is basically root 3. Hence root 3 is the answer. Hence root 3 is the answer, which is C again. Yep. What an amazing question. You had to use the vector subtraction formula. So they had asked you the magnitude of the difference. The difference of these two vectors was the magnitude. So this is the magnitude. This is the magnitude of their difference. That is exactly what we have found. Perfect. Cool. Moving to the next one coming up on your screen. Given that A, B, C together make it 0. So if this is happening, if you draw all these vectors using law of polygon, it becomes a closed polygon. And when you have three vectors, that polygon will become a triangle. Okay. Two are equal in magnitude. The third vector is root 2 times of the either of the two magnitudes. Then the angles between the vectors are okay. Guys, this can only happen if the angle is the right angle. I'll tell you why. I mean, you know this by now. You have solved so many questions. They should click immediately. Two sides are equal and the next side is root 2 times. Root comes in Pythagoras. So if one side is 1, another side is 1, the next side by hypotenuse will be root of 1 square plus 1 square, which is root of 2. So hence it must be a right angle triangle, I believe. So what I will do is I'll show vector A, I will show probably another vector B, I will show another vector C over here. Okay, so these are the three vectors. So if this is having a magnitude of, let's say, x, this is also magnitude x, this will be x root 2. And let's say this is vector A, and let's say this is vector B, and this is basically vector C. Notice the arrow marks, very, very important, because you start from here, you draw using polygon vectors, and you will see we'll come back to the same point. A vector plus B vector plus C vector is a closed polygon. It's a closed polygon. Why is it a closed polygon? Why is it a closed polygon? Because the resultant is 0. The resultant is basically a 0. Perfect. And this only happens under one situation, when this is 90 degree, this is 45 degree, and this is 45 degree. Immediately what you say? Sir, 45, 45, 90. So immediately you will mark A. Be careful, you cannot mark option A. Why? Because you have to check whether the head and the tails are matching or not. If they are, if head tail is not matching, then you cannot measure the angle. So be very, very careful over here. So especially for A and C vector, slide that C vector down, like this. This will be C vector, A vector will be like this. So now you can see the angle between them is now basically 90 degree. Oh, okay. So one of the angle is 90. Now let's check between A and B. Head and tail are matching, head and tail. So I can't measure it. So keep that vector A as it is. keep that vector B over here, keep that vector B over here. So what is this angle going to be? What is this angle going to be? If this is 45, 180 minus 45 is 135. So another angle will be 135. I can start seeing 135 in most of the, sorry, only in one option. So most likely it will be B option. And what about B and C? What about B and C? Slide that B there because head and tail are together. So C vector is down and your B vector is obviously here. So the angle that you should be measuring is this particular angle, which is again 135 degree. So the correct answer is B, not A. It is B. Yes. B for biology. B for biology. Understood, guys? Understood? There is only one option which matches, none of the other options matches. And this is how you measure the angles. You always make the tails or their heads coincide. If the head coincides with the tail, do not measure the angle. How many of you made that mistake? Yes. Yes, Rakshana. See, you did the same mistake again. This type of question was there before also, where the angles mattered, how you measure it. So now, in your mistake book, how many of you are making a mistake book? Are you making a mistake book? No? Okay, in your notes only. And the last 3-4 pages, mistake book means it can have maybe 10-20 pages, not more than that. Obviously, it should not be like, sir, I made 400 pages book. What the hell are you guys doing? How can you make so many mistakes? So keep a in your physics formula book, in your biology concept book, in your chemistry book. Okay, last 20-30 pages, not more than that. It is supposed to be for mistakes. Anytime you do a mistake, write it down. Okay, this mistake I do it. And if you repeat it again, just put one more line over there like this. Okay. 3 times, 4 times, 5 times. Okay, one more time, one more time, one more time, one more time, one more time. So use this statistical method and so that you can keep a track of how many times you are repeating the same mistake. Moving on to the next one. Yep. Okay. At what angle should the two vectors 2p and root 2p act so that the resultant force is p root 10? Resultant value is given. Individual magnitudes are given. Angle is not given. There is only one thing which you can do. That's the formula, of course. So let's use the formula. Everybody, what's the formula? Resultant is square is a square plus b square plus 2ab cos theta. So resultant square is a square plus b square plus 2ab cos theta. Use this. What is the resultant? P. What is it? P root 10 actually. Square is a. A is basically 2p. 2p square plus root 2p square plus 2 times of 2p into root 2p into cos theta. 10p square is equal to 4p square plus 2p square plus 2 2s are 4, 4 into root 2p square into cos theta. P square gone. So 10 is equal to 4 plus 2 is basically 6 plus 4 root 2 cos theta. P square is gone. 10 minus 6 is 4. So 4 is equal to 4 root 2 cos theta. 4 goes. So 1 by root 2 will be cos theta. So that means theta, whose cos is 1 by root 2, 45 degree. Hence the answer is 45 degree, which is A for AIMS. How many of you wrote A for AIMS? Exactly. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Keep it up, keep it up, keep it up. Very good, very good, very good. Keep it up. Awesome. Yep. Very good. Shall we go ahead? Shall we go ahead? Yes. We have done more than 10 questions, I think, by now. We'll go for the last few questions now. Come on. Last few questions remaining. Less than 10 questions remaining now. The magnitude of x and y components of A are 7 and 6. Also magnitude of x and y components of the resultant are 11 and 9. What is the magnitude of B? Okay. So you have a vector A, you have a vector B, and you add them together. So you will get A bar plus B bar. If you talk about the x component and the y component, here are the components. For A, the components are 7 and 6. For A bar plus B bar, x component is 11, y component is 9. Can you guys quickly think and tell me what should be the components of BB? Think about it. 7 plus something will give you 11. What will that be? It will be nothing. It will be nothing but 4. Everyone with me? Okay. 6 plus something will give you 9. What will that be? It will be nothing but 3. Oh, so the x and the y components of B are 4 and 3. But what are they asking you? What is the magnitude of B? The magnitude of B will be take the x component, square it, take the y component, square it, add it and put it under the root. So that is basically 16 plus 9, which is 25. So root of 25 is 5. So answer is A. Oops, I think I put a wrong answer over here. The answer is basically 5. The answer is basically 5. A option. Correct. Yes, the answer is A option. Got it? Awesome, awesome, awesome. Very good dream. Very good, Niral. Chandrakant, Krishna. Awesome, Pavitra, Javi, Nana, Jen Lisa. Awesome, Philo. Very good, very good, very good. Awesomeness. Moving on to the next question. Coming up, oops, coming up on your screen. Here it is. Three non-zero vectors A, B, C satisfy the relation A dot B is equal to 0, A dot C is equal to 0. A can be parallel to. Ooh, what happens when two vectors dot product is 0? It means that the vector A is perpendicular to vector B. A dot C is 0. That means A is also perpendicular to C. Ooh, A is perpendicular. Therefore, it implies A is perpendicular to both B and C. Both B and C, it is perpendicular. Very, very interesting. So what is A going to be parallel to, or which direction is going to be A in? In the direction of B? No, it can't be B because A is perpendicular to B. So obviously, first option is ruled out. It can't be also C because A is also perpendicular to C. How can it be parallel then? If it is perpendicular, it is not going to be parallel. B dot C, guys, this is a scalar. How can scalar have a direction? So it is ruled out. The natural option is the D option. But if you want to think about it like this. Imagine vector B, imagine vector C, imagine you take the cross product of both of them, B cross C, using the right hand thumb rule. It will be something like this. This will be B cross C, and the cross product will be perpendicular to both B as well as C. And what did we just see? That A is perpendicular to B also and C also. That means your vector A will be parallel to B cross C because it was already perpendicular to both B as well as C. So it should be parallel to this. Hence, the correct answer to this question is option number D or option number 4. Very good, Niral, Divya. Awesome, Pavitra, Aluru Jay, Hemant, very good, Krishna, very good, Niradivya, awesome, awesome. D for the doctor, awesome, awesome. And D for Divya, yes, Divya is there in the chat box with the D option, awesome. The scalar product of two vectors is 8. The vector product's magnitude is 8 root 3. What is the angle between them? Come on, apply the formula very quickly and tell me the answer. How is A parallel to C? A is not parallel to C. In fact, I said A is perpendicular. I said A is perpendicular to C. This is not parallel, this is perpendicular. Why? Because that dot product is 0. If that dot product is 0, then they are perpendicular. Is that okay, Jay? I never said it is parallel to C. I said it is perpendicular to C. If you notice the symbols also, it is perpendicular to B also, it is perpendicular to C also. So A's direction is same as B cross C's direction using the right hand thumb rule. Excellent. What about this question now? What about this question, my dear students? Come on, think about it. Yep, the scalar product of two vectors is 8. So that means A dot B's magnitude is basically 8, which means it is AB cos theta. Next important thing which is given, the vector product's magnitude is given to be 8 root 3, which is nothing but AB sine theta. I just got an idea what to do now. Just let's divide this with this. So imagine if I divide AB sine theta with AB cos theta. If I divide that, I will get 8 root 3 divided by 8. That means the root 3, AB gone, 8 gone, sine theta by cos theta is basically tan theta. That means theta is 60 degrees. Ooh, it is there. B for Balaji, B for Baswa sir. No, it is not D. It is B. Yes. Got it, my dear students, my dear lions? Yes, option number 2. So you just need to know the formula. That's all. If you just know the formula, you will get it. Come on, let's kill the last few questions coming up on your screen. Angle between the two vectors A cross B and B cross A. Everybody should get it. I want the spam in the chat box. Everybody should be able to get this. The angle between A vector cross B vector and B vector cross A vector. Very, very laddu question. Now, this is a laddu question. Everybody should score marks. If you don't score marks in laddu question, then it becomes a problem. What is the angle? Where is A cross B going to be? If vector A is here and vector B is over here in this particular plane, then A cross B, if you do the right hand rule, you will see A cross B will be like this. If you do B first and then go towards A, if you do B first and then go towards A, then you will see you will go downwards. So this will be B cross A. So what is the angle between these two vectors? What is the angle between these two vectors? Obviously, it is 180 degrees, which is basically pi radian. Very good. Everybody marked answer B, I guess. Very nice. Option B is correct. Anti-parallel. They are negative of each other. It is not commutative. Remember that? A cross B is not the same as B cross A. Magnitude-wise, yes, but direction-wise, no. So they are opposite of each other or anti-parallel. They are negative of each other. There is some vector makes some angle with the z-axis. What is it equal to? I'll give you a hint. Z-axis means k cap. So they are asking you angle between two vectors. And whenever angle between vectors comes, that means you have to use the dot product formula. So come on, use that dot product formula for finding the angle between the two vectors and you will get the answer. Come on, my dear students. I'll give you half a minute to 1 minute, not more than that. You should be able to crack it. Yep. Remember that formula was nothing but cos theta is A dot B upon magnitude of A into magnitude of B. That was the formula. So use this formula. So here, when we are saying with the z-axis, that means our other vector is basically k hat. So when I have to find that angle, I will do this. Cos theta will be p vector dot k hat upon basically magnitude of the p vector into magnitude of the k hat vector. Okay, what is p vector? It is 6 I cap plus 4 root 2 j cap plus 4 root 2 k cap, whole thing dot k cap, whole thing divided by their magnitude. Magnitude of the p vector will be 6 square plus 4 root 2 square is 16 into 2, which is basically 32, plus 16 into 2, which is again 32, into magnitude of a unit vector is always going to be 1. Now 6 will not multiply with k because it is I. This will also not multiply, it will be 0 only. So 4 root 2 only will be left. So this will be 4 root 2, right? Now what is 32 plus 32? It is 64. 6 square is 36. 64 plus 36 is 100. So root of 100 is basically 10. That's right. And 4 goes with 10 like this. It will be 2 root 2 divided by 5. So cos theta is 2 root 2 divided by 5. That means theta will be cos inverse of 2 root 2 divided by 5. 2 root 2 divided by 5, cos inverse is option C. Wow, that is the answer. That is the answer. Got it? How to solve this question? Yes, how to apply this formula? So whenever you say you have to find the angle with some another vector, use this formula. It will help you find the angle. Why did we take k cap? Because z axis was mentioned. So z axis you can take any vector, 2k cap, 3k cap, but the easiest one will be a single k cap. You don't have to put anything else. Yeah, and you have to find the magnitude in the denominator. You have to do the dot product, ax bx plus ay by plus az bz, because there was no other component here. So that's why I cap and j cap did not multiply, because their dot product will be a big fat 0. Yes. Let's move to the next question. If the angle between A and B, this is NEET 2005, is theta, the value of the product B cross A dot A is very interesting. If you give me the answer, I will be super duper proud. Yes, Shreya Sanjana, I'll be starting off with motion in a plane next class. Motion in 1D done. So now we are going to go to motion in 2D. where we'll be learning projectile motion, kinematics in 2D, those kind of questions. Okay, trajectory equation, projectile from a hill, aeroplane going and dropping a bomb, all those things in next class. Don't worry, Shriya Sanjana. Okay, come on, my dear students. What do you think is the correct answer for this? Think about it. How will the cross product look like? How, and when you do that dot product with it? Say, if A is over here, and this is basically B vector, and this is how they are in the same plane. And let's say you do their cross product, A cross B or B cross A. This is what B cross A. If you do B cross A, it will be like this. So it will be basically like this. This will be B cross A, and B cross A will not just be perpendicular to A, but it will also be perpendicular to B also. It will also be perpendicular to B. It will be perpendicular to both. So now if you take the dot product of this vector with this vector, if you take the dot product, these two vectors are perpendicular. So B cross A is perpendicular to A vector. So when you take that dot product, what do you think will be the answer? It will be 0, right? Whenever vectors are perpendicular, their dot product is 0. So hence, the answer is a big fat 0. You don't have to do any of this nonsense. This was asked in NEET 2005, so it can definitely come in a modified form, or at least this level of difficulty you should barely expect, definitely. Okay, moving on. If the cross product of two non-zero vectors is 0, then the vectors are parallel or anti-parallel, the vectors are perpendicular, the vectors must be equal, vectors must be negative of each other. Very straightforward question. Yes, Atluru. Definitely, no need to worry, because I'm going to take all models of question. See guys, in this channel, I will make sure that if you follow me religiously, if you follow my lectures, you don't have to follow, number one, any other class, anywhere else. Okay. Number two, if you're following the DNA batch, which is our paid batch platform, all right, where you're also getting the test series, you're also getting the assignments, you're getting Tatva module. And those of you who do not know what Tatva module is, well, you should be aware of it, guys. Yes, very, very important. Let me tell you, it's also probably pinned in the messages right now in the chat box. This is your complete book of NEET 11th and 12th standard syllabus. Okay, and you can buy these books separately for 11th and 12th, but I would advise you to go for this complete module, available at a very discounted rate of 3,077. You can get these hard copy books couriered to you. Remember, it's a set of 25 books, so you're getting 25 books at 3,777. If you go in the market and buy even 5 to 10 books, the cost will go about 10,000 rupees or something. And you might not get all kinds of things. In this particular book, you definitely get theory, you get concise theory, plus all the pointers covered, and you will also get videos. There are QR codes on this. You can scan these QR codes and you'll get concept videos also. That's the best part. So it is not just any random book. You also get graded examples, meaning exercise 1, exercise 2, exercise 3. You also get solved examples in this. You also will get PYQs in this. You also get the answer key at the end of it. And if you scan the QR code, the solutions of it. All the questions come with solutions. So that's the best part about this book. You don't have to go for any other book or any other material. Both options are there, colored. If you prefer, a colored format, it's more engaging, more attractive. You feel like reading, go for it. Okay. If you want the cheaper version, you can go for the black and white version also. So that is your Tatva module, which the link is there in the description box as well as in the pinned message of the live chat. Oh, the cross product is 0. That means A cross B is 0. That means sine theta will be 0. That means theta will be 0 or 180. Sine 0 is 0, sine 180 is also 0. So either they are parallel or anti-parallel. Oops, what is this? I don't want you. Go away. Okay. Yes. So the answer is option A for AIMS. Perfect. Yes, A for AIMS. Correct. Very good. Very good. Very good. Moving on to the next question. Wow, what is this? The vector A along another vector. Guys, there is a direct formula for this. If you want to find vector A along any other vector, let's say B, the formula for that is you take the vector A, dot product it with the unit vector of that other thing along whom you want to find it. You are finding A along B, so it is A dot B. If you are finding B along A, it will be B dot A hat. So this is B cap, which is unit vector. So you can also write this as A bar dot B bar and divide it with the magnitude of B, which is one and the same thing. Unit vector is vector divided by the magnitude. So now let's start substituting everything. What is vector A? It is 2i cap plus 3j. Okay, take the dot product with another vector, which is I cap plus j cap, and then divide it with the magnitude of that vector, which is 1 square plus 1 square. So 2i into I is 2, 3j into j is 3, 1 square plus 1 square is 2, so under root 2. So it will be basically 5 by root 2. Oh, it is there as option A. That's a direct formula, guys. Direct formula. Option number 1. Got it? Very, very straightforward. Very, very straightforward. Awesome. Moving on to the next question. If you know the formula, it is easy. If you do not know the formula, you'll be thinking to find vector along another vector. I don't know what is the theory. So that's why you should practice many models. And I'm trying to keep each and every question different from the other questions. You are not seeing repetitions anywhere because I want you to get hold of all the models of the question. I want you to explore all the models. The maximum minimum magnitude of the resultant of two given vectors are 17 and 7 units respectively. If these two vectors are at right angles to each other, the magnitude of their resultant is how much? The maximum magnitude. When is the maximum magnitude possible? When they are basically parallel and that value is A plus B. So A plus B is basically 17. When is the magnitude minimum? When is it minimum? When they are basically anti-parallel to each other. So then it will be A minus B, opposite. So they will subtract their magnitudes. So that is 7. Interesting. So now I have two equations. I can add them, subtract them, whatever I want to do, I can do it. So let's say, for example, I just put A minus B over here. If I just put A minus B over here, which is equal to 7, and then I basically add these two equations. What will I get? 2A. BB will cancel. 17 plus 7 is basically 24. So A is basically 12. So from this, I can use this particular equation. So 12 plus B is equal to 17. Therefore, B is equal to 17 minus 12, which is 5. So I got B. I also got A. This is one of my primary objective. Only then I can proceed ahead. What does the next part of the problem say? If the vectors are at right angles, that means one vector is here, another vector is here. One vector of magnitude 12, another vector of magnitude 5. And the magnitude of the resultant, that means this is the resultant, guys. Guys, use Pythagoras theorem. R is basically root of 12 square plus 5 square. This is 144 plus 25, which is 169, which is 13. So the answer to this question is going to be 13. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Such a nice question. You had to solve it in steps. Yep. How many of you wrote 13? Wow, very good. A is B, A is 12, B is 5. Perfect. Chandrakant, Nijad, Niral, Dream. Very nice. Very nice. So, guys, how much was your score? Whether you're watching it live or recorded, do let me know in the comments, guys, quickly. Okay. Meanwhile, oh, we have come to the end of the session. So, guys, these were the amazing top 20 questions for all of you on the chapter of vectors. And if you want me to conduct it for other chapters too, what do you need to do? You have to pay the fees. What is the fees? Like, comment, and talk about this channel to every single known contact of yours. Only then you are doing justice for this channel. Only then you are giving your proper Guru Dakshina. Only then you are, humble towards acquiring that knowledge, or else that knowledge will not be yours. So guys, you have to talk about this channel to every single known contact who is studying, preparing for NEET, because this is the place where you will get quality content. No bakwas, straight to the point, no rumors, straight facts. So thank you for commenting, thank you for liking. See you in the next class. We'll be starting motion in 2D and of course more problem solving sessions in the days to come. You also have the DNA batch where I am teaching the entire syllabus, all right, along with the most amazing teachers in the NEET industry on the platform with test series, assignments, Tatva, everything. So be a part of the DNA batch. And of course, if you want to just buy the books, that option is also available. Link is there in the description. Okay, thank you so much. This was Captain Shreyas signing off. Bye bye. Take care. Hasta la vista.